Stotts gets it back over to Gavin. Back up on top of the key. Good defense being applied by the Titans. Very athletic Titan team. A lot of inexperience, but very athletic, and what they try to make up for. Maybe they don't have as much experience on the basketball court, but when you have that kind of athleticism, it doesn't make much. Gavin being worked on by Chaz Watson. Looks like they're going to play for the last shot. 8-7, 6 seconds left. The first quarter, and that's going to be a turnover. And the Titans will have 3.8 seconds left before the end of this quarter to add to their 10-point total. Titans down 17-10 to the Saints. Inbounding it to Chaz McGrew. Shoots for three. McGrew no good.
It looked good for a minute.
17-10 is where we're going to leave it here after 1 quarter of play between the home team. St. Thomas Aquinas, the Saints, going against Lee Summit West, the Titans, right here on 810varsity.com. Start of the second quarter here at St. Thomas Aquinas High School. The home team with a 7-point advantage, 17-10. 7:54 just underway here in the second quarter. Nice little shot right there underneath by number 33, Aiden Worth, who's into the game. Big 6'6" senior. Full court pressure being applied by the Saints. The Titans are able to break it quite well. Chaz Watson in a little bit of trouble, but the Titans able to break through that, and look at this defense being applied by the Saints. They're going to call Aiden Worth on that one. Mr. Worth respectfully disagrees with that call, but nonetheless, it is official. Foul on Mr. Aiden Worth. Both teams with only one team foul so far here early in the second period.
Ooh, good shot.
Beautiful looking shot. Jay Gold with his first 2 points of the game. Make it 19-13. 7:20, 7:19 left to play here in the second quarter. Will Roast being defended by Jay Gold. Gets back up top to Cale Stotts, a 6'2" sophomore. Sharing the love with Will Roast now. Being guarded by number 20. That's Jay Gold. Jay Gold going to give some pressure out there to number 23, Will Roast again. That pressure may have just knocked off. Oh, and a little bit of an errant pass there. Little errant pass for the Titans. Might have gotten a little bit too excited on that transition opportunity.
Yeah, Chaz Watson definitely saw Jay Gold sitting there wide open in the corner and got a little too excited.
Well, we are certainly excited to have you part of our broadcast today on 810varsity.com. We've seen some great matchups so far, and this one has started out, and it's not going to disappoint. We're with you all day here from St. Thomas Aquinas. A nice shot there by Will Roast. He kind of cooled off from 3, and he said, it's okay. I'll go ahead and take a 2, and he does. That's his 7th and 8th points of this contest now. 21-12.
Yeah, and Will Roast is the St. Thomas Aquinas' leading scorer, so definitely not surprising to see them work the offense through him. He averages 14 points per game on the season right now.
So we'll wait for conversation there on the far side between officials and coaches. Looks like they got it all squared away, and we're back at it now. 6.5 left to play before halftime. 21-13 is your score. Aquinas over the Titans of Lee Summit West. Goal for 3, no good, but a nice offensive rebound there by the Titans. But stripped away by the Saints, and that is Aiden Worth.
Charge.
And they're going to call Aiden Worth for the charge. And Aiden Worth with 2 fouls now. You can kind of see his frustration. And it looks like Coach Cooper Smith is going to waste no time and set his player with 2 fouls on the bench, most likely for the rest of the first half.
You want to give credit to Jax Fosno right there on that charge. Just put his body on the line for his team and got the call.
And again, aggressive defense by the Saints, forcing a Titan turnover. Saints up top, Will Rose, this time going to get it inside to Julian Marks.
Going to give him a 3-second violation.
And Julian Marks, just a freshman. But Julian Marks, 6'6" as a freshman.
Man. Wonder what his parents were feeding him at a young age.
Unbelievable.
He's going to have a great future ahead of him if he stays healthy here.
This Saint team, as you look up and down the roster, it only has 5 seniors, and the rest are made up of predominantly freshmen and sophomores. A couple of juniors, of course, or just one, I should say, and Will Rose.
Logan Bishop.
Nice shot by Bishop. Logan Bishop.
But yeah, like you were saying, St. Thomas Aquinas is a younger team. They started off the season 2-0 with wins over Barstow and Southeast, but you know, the last 2 games, kind of a little bit of a slowdown offensively. They lost both of those, so definitely want to come back and get this game won against Lee Summit West as number 31 Julian Marks gets his first basket of the game.
The aforementioned Julian Marks getting it done on both sides, but probably a little bit too fired up there, a little bit too aggressive on the the defensive side. Going to draw his first foul at the 4:59 mark. 7-point Saints lead. Titans coming in looking for their first victory of the year. But despite their record, they are doing a great job of stymieing these Saints. But right now, it's the Saints that are stymieing the offense of the Titans. Ooh, shot was up, hit the top of the backboard, come down. They're going to say that he was fouled in the motion of shooting. Was Colin, or excuse me, I beg your pardon, that's Chance McGrew. So he's going to be at the line shooting 2 with a chance to cut the 7-point Saint lead to 6 and maybe 5. He's done it to 6. Into the contest, back into the contest now for the Saints. Number 32, William Good, 6'8" freshman.
Man,
how about that?
Just all these 6'6" plus freshmen on their team, and they're probably still growing. Could you imagine them as seniors?
I mean, maybe not when I was in high school, but not long after that. I was absolutely growing, but I wasn't really growing up and down. I started growing a little bit more, left and right, if you will.
Horizontally rather than vertically.
Horizontally, yes. No stranger to the buffet.
Golden Corral did you some justice, huh?
Hey, absolutely. $7.99 buffet, Tuesday night special. Golden Corral, not a sponsor of this program, but we certainly appreciate the great work that they do. 23-17, make it 23-18 after that second free throw. Down to a 5-point Saint lead. Less than 5 to play before halftime here at St. Thomas Aquinas High School in the A-10 Varsity Shootout. Sean Brewer, Landon Hinkle with you. Glad you're with us here on A10Varsity.com. Whether you're watching or listening, you have certainly been entertained so far today. And this matchup right here between the Titans of Lee Summit West and the Saints of St. Thomas Aquinas is turning into be exactly what we thought it was going to be, a hard-fought game between a couple of teams that are trying to find their groove. A couple of early season losses. As you're going to see a couple other teams here this afternoon and evening, Landon. You know, we've got a Staley team that's going to be taking on the Falcons of Olathe South, and they've already played 11 games.
Yeah, and Olathe South just coming off of a win last night, too, so.
Big win, both of those teams. That's going to be an 8:30 tip-off, plus or minus. Both of those teams ranked in the A-10 varsity top 10 in area high schools, 24-18. Saints push it back to a 6-point lead. Bringing it up now is Chance McGrew. Gets over to the right side to Gold. Gold sees the seam, thought better of it, gets it back up to David Mayo. Top of the key, Mayo gets it over to the right wing. Logan Bishop thinks about it, gets it back over to McGrew. McGrew finds a wide open Watson on the right wing, and he gets it down for three. Chaz Watson now with 8 points, leading all Titans scores, makes it a 3-point game with just under 4 to play here in the second half. Saints holding on to a 3-point lead with the ball. Over on the right side now, back up top. Yankovic thought about driving the baseline. Gold says, not so fast, my friend. Wyatt Lewis kicks it out to Gavin. And Gavin with that first step, almost kind of an optical illusion. It's so fast. And there's a tough shot right there. That's one of the tougher shots, I would argue, on the floor. But Wyatt Lewis knocks it down from about 16 feet away. Kind of at that, my coach would say, kind of that coffin corner, to use a football term, but at the top of the key. Chaz Watson doing a great job of handling the ball, gets it to Gold for three, top of the key, and he got it. Jay Gold. And just like that, a 9-point Aquinas lead is shut down to 2. 26-24 is the score with 3:03 left to play before halftime. And Landon, didn't we just look at the scoreboard and we saw the Saints up by about 9 points?
Yeah, man. Great shooting there by Jay Gold and Chaz Watson. Both back-to-back threes on their back-to-back possessions. And, you know, if this game keeps up at this pace, man, we can get one high-scoring game out of these people.
Indeed we can. And speaking of high scores, you know, to kind of dovetail off the last game, we're probably expecting the same thing in the next couple of games here. We'll be treated to the St. Thomas Aquinas girls team immediately following this, as we see them sitting on the far side just behind the boys' bench.
Yeah, and that's going to be a great game.
Indeed it will be.
Park Hill South.
One of the best, or two of the best girls teams of the KC Metro, if not the Midwest, right here at the A-10 Varsity Shootout. Saints now looking to increase their 2-point lead. The freshman William Good doing work against David Mayo, kicks it back out. This one's going to be a shot by Wyatt Lewis. A good looking shot, just not able to get it to fall. Chaz McGrew goes all the way up. And talk about an NBA, or at least a next level move. Not sure exactly what sort of trickery that was, but somehow he was able to kind of contort his body just enough and out of the way of the defenders. Great job by that young man of making that shot. And Gavin goes up for a shot. They're going to call a foul. I think that's going to go against McGrew. See who they call it against here. I think it will be against, now they're going to call David Mayo on that one. That's going to be his second foul. Sure, we'd expect Coach Schieber to invite him to possibly take a seat next to him. Indeed he will. Back into the game now is number 12, Jamison. Don't call me James Harden. But at the line right now, Will Gavin, older brother Isaiah, now at West Point. Had the pleasure of having him on a football broadcast earlier this season during playoff time. 28-26, 2:15 left to play before halftime. Saints with a 2-point lead, but the Titans of Lee Summit West fighting their way back with a chance to tie it and possibly go up by 1 on this possession.
Yeah, and those last 2 free throws there by Will Gavin put him in double digits with 11 points here in this first half.
Chance McGrew being guarded by Will Roast, who's back into the contest. McGrew waiting for just the right time, pulls up his dribble. Nowhere to go, finds a little bit of help, and Gold. I think Gold was looking for a quick pass underneath because he had a teammate wide open underneath the basket. Kind of like in football, another football term, I beg your pardon, that sometimes you have to catch the ball before you can run with it, and I think that's kind of what happened right there. He saw a great opportunity for a big play, and a big play opportunity miss right there for Will Roast. Going back the other way now for the Titans. Long three, NBA three by Watson. Back in transition now are the Saints. Bringing it up. Wyatt Lewis gets it over to Cooper Welsh, who's back into the game. The 6'3" sophomore. Gets it back up top to Lewis. Lewis drives, turn it around. A little razzle-dazzle play. But he is stood up by Jamison Harden. And a great bounce pass underneath to Chaz Watson, and another great hustle play. Chaz Watson goes up, he draws the foul, he doesn't get the shot to draw, but he's going to be at the line shooting 2, and his team down by 2 to the Saints, 28-26, with just over a minute to play before halftime.
Yeah, great hustle there on the board right there by number 13, Logan Bishop. You can tell both of these teams want this game badly.
Make it a 1-point Saint lead. 1:01 left before halftime, and the Saints with a 1-point lead. Pending this shot, scratch it. We're all tied up at 28. Less than a minute to play before halftime. 28 all. Will Gavin bringing it up for the Saints. Kicks it out to the right side to Stotts, who's back into the game. Cooper Welsh back to Stotts. A lot of sophomores here on the court. Will Gavin, the 6'1" senior. Cooper Welsh. Looks like the Saints are in. There's no sense of urgency, certainly. Not sure if they're playing for the last shot. No shot clock, at least yet anyway. Kansas high school basketball. A lot of rumblings about possibly getting one at some point here in the near future.
I believe Missouri High School is switching to shot clock in 2023, if I'm not mistaken.
Interesting. I would expect Kansas to follow suit.
Probably.
Less than 10 to play here before halftime. Gavin in a little bit of trouble and decides to take a 3. No good. Rebound going to the Titans. And the Titans tied up at 28, and we're going to go into halftime all tied up, despite the Titans being down by 11 at one point in the first quarter. 28 all here at St. Thomas Aquinas High School. The Saints and the Titans of Lee Summit West doing great battle here for us on 810varsity.com for the 810 Varsity Shootout. As we mentioned earlier, we have a couple, 3 more games here yet this afternoon and evening. And we see the St. Thomas Aquinas Lady Saints, if you will, warming up on the right side of the screen in preparation for their matchup in the next game. Hope you're going to join us for that one here as well on 810 Varsity. We're going to step away here. We're going to be back in about 9 minutes for the third and fourth quarters, and who knows, tied at halftime, what's going to happen after the end of regulation. But we're all tied up. Lee Summit West 28, St. Thomas Aquinas 28, right here on 810varsity.com. back with you here at St. Thomas Aquinas High School, where we have a 28-all score, and would you believe it? It's the same score that we had when we went into break. Just underway here, and now the Titans of Lee Summit West going from your right to our left, if you will. Nice little look underneath, little give and go. Now back up, popping the three,
Count
number
that
13. That one was Logan Bishop with his second three of the contest. And the Titans have jumped out to a 3-point lead here early in the third quarter, 31-28 over the Saints. Gavin, worst top of the key, kicks it over to Will Roast. Will Roast and Gavin started the game with super scalding hot hands, shooting, gosh, what was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They were 5 for 6 from beyond the arc in the first quarter of action.
Yeah.
Little miscommunication right there. They're going to, yeah. It's the right call. Advantage the Titans. Titans have been very relentless on defense.
Yeah, they have.
As we look at the turnovers that they have forced, now the Saints have recorded a number of turnovers, but I got to tell you that most of the turnovers just came from kind of errant passes earlier in the contest. But once the Titans kind of got the swing of things, and talking about the swing, how about Jay Gold with his second three? Jay Gold's hand starting to hot up a little bit. He's spinning some gold from beyond the arc. Up by 6 now are the Titans, 34-28. Just underway here in the third quarter.
Yeah, like you were saying, the relentless defense of Lee Summit West has got a lot to do with, Chance McGrew's just straight up athletic ability. He's fast on his feet, has great lateral quickness, able to stay in front of his defender really easily like there, right? It helps out a lot for his team.
Nice rebound underneath by number 44. And we're going to find out who that is, that stud player, number 44, not on our roster, but he's number 1 in our hearts right now because we don't have his name. We will absolutely get a little information for you. But the information that we do have right now, the Titans up by 6, 34-28. Number 44 for the Saints is at the line. First of 2, rims in and out. But talking about the turnovers a little bit, once the Titans kind of got into their groove and kind of settled down a little bit, the number of turnovers dropped, and that's about when they were kind of starting to get things together offensively. And they strung together a number of points, but making a 5-point game now. Titans up over the Saints. Saints putting three-quarter court pressure. Now the Titans, what a great pass and look to Jay Gold. Circles the cylinder, isn't able to get it to drop, but going coast to coast was almost Cooper Welsh. He thought better of that. Kind of resetting up top. Will Roast. Thought about handing it to Cooper Welsh. Deflected, no over and back call. Will Roast showing his handles against number 13, Logan Bishop for the Titans. Roast inside the lane. How about that move right there?
That was a good basket.
Absolutely. That's good fundamental play. He was patient. He backed off his man just enough to have a little separation.
Yeah, and he's hit a couple of those shots, a little pull-up mid-range jumper. Pretty tough.
Some of the crowd wanted a 3-second call there. None coming. 34-31. 3-point Titan lead here. 5:09 left to play in the third quarter. Over on the left side, Chance McGrew had a couple of huge shots there in the second quarter for the Titans, but his athleticism on display right there again has certainly been a story on defense for the Titans. And more threes. It's raining threes for these Titans. Chaz Watson now with his third three of the game.
Yeah, Chaz Watson's one of those players that reminds me a lot of Lou Williams. A six-man coming off the bench adds that extra scoring spark that you need.
Back in transition, Jay Gold, bounce pass up.
And one, pump the basket.
And Logan Bishop takes the pass from Gold. uses his body just enough to stave off the defender, gets the shot up, and it drops, and he is rewarded for that effort with a trip to the charity stripe, and his team now up by 8 points against the home team. 39-31 advantage Titans here at St. Thomas Aquinas High School. Check that, making a 9-point Titan lead, 40-31, 4:30 left to play here in the third. Will Gavin bringing it up for the Saints. Not a lot of rotation so far here in the third quarter by either team. Coach was kind of letting their starting fives play. Gavin works the baseline again. Great job of using his body, and a timeout called. Going to be a short one by Coach Jay Coopersmith for the Saints, and probably a good opportunity to get a couple of subs in and keep his starting five fresh.
And I got us an update on number 44. That is actually number 3, Ryan Yankovic. He had to switch jerseys at halftime.
Ryan Yankovic. You can't fool Landon Hinkle, let me tell you that, folks. Despite the number switch, we can tell you for sure that Ryan Yankovic is wearing that number 44. And right now, the Titans are only 4 points away from 44 to the 33 points of the Saints.
Yeah, this has been a really good start, second half-wise, for the Lee Summit West Titans. You know, great shooting from, Chaz Watson, Chance McGrew, number 20, Jay Gold. And on the other side for St. Thomas Aquinas, it's just been a really slow start, not really to get a lot going.
And we welcome those of you that just completed watching the Chiefs and the Broncos game. The Chiefs coming out on top 28-24.
Yes, sir. Nick Bolton with a 93-yard fumble return to win that game for them.
How about that? The Chiefs with a 4-point lead and a little momentum going into the playoffs with a 12-5 record. But as I said, welcome. You are tuning in to a great matchup here between Lee Summit West. The Titans are giving the Saints everything and a little bit more. Currently a 9-point lead for the visiting Titans over the home Saints.
Speaking of the Titans, NFL Titans, we need them to lose tomorrow.
Oh, indeed. Exactly. For you Chiefs fans out there, which I think probably a lot of us here in the facility. Great facility here at St. Thomas Aquinas. Appreciate the great hospitality of all the staff and the students, quite frankly. Marks, the freshman Marks, into the game now. Nice little turnaround hook shot. Isn't able to get it to fall. But instead of putting it back up, and I'm going to tell that young man right now the same that I would tell the kids that I coach, you got to put that ball right back up. Do not put it on the ground, young man. Put it back up. So if you were watching this, whether it's later today, tomorrow, whatever it is, put the ball back up and not on the ground. 33-42.
Yeah,
that's coaching tips from Sean Brewer here.
That's something you'll learn as you go on. He's only a freshman, so.
Indeed. A lot of athleticism right there. Titans inbound it. Gold gets it up to Chaz Watson. 3:20 left to play here in the third. What a drive by number 10, Chance McGrew. Chance McGrew with 6 points now for the Titans. And we've got that 44-33 lead, 11-point advantage for the Titans. Let's see how these Saints respond. Back into the game now is Kale Stotts.
Great block.
Rejected.
And the offensive foul. Great defensive possession there by Jamison Harden.
And you look at number 31, Julian Marks, and I know that he is frustrated with that call. He's thinking, well, so what? I'm a big guy. I got some muscle. I'm going to use it once in a while, right?
Man, a great way to get that block and immediately set back up into position to take that charge.
Will Good back into the contest, 6'8" freshman, in for Julian Marks. 11-point Titan lead, 2:55 left to play here in the third at St. Thomas Aquinas, and the nice little drive there by the Titans. Not able to get it to fall. Long pass to the right side. Wyatt Lewis, kind of a hanging jumper in the lane. Somehow he was suspended there for a second and a half. Able to get it to drop in his first 2 points of this contest. And a little frustration right now, possibly mounting for the Titans. And the Saints feeling it a little bit, kind of getting their groove back as we saw earlier in this contest. 44-35, 2:34 left to play here in the third quarter.
Yeah, you know, basketball is a really important, momentum's really important in the game of basketball, so it just, who can, you know, go on the bigger scoring run. And
Indeed. Cale Stotts working against Jay Gold, gets it back up top to Wyatt Lewis, back out to Stotts for three, no good, big rebound for the Titans. That's Chance McGrew. He is just all over this floor tonight for the Titans. Chaz Watson thought about popping the three, instead he's going to drive. Rejected by William Good.
that's that 6'8" lengthy frame.
He was standing essentially in front of the bench, and the next thing you know, he's got like this go-go gadget arm. Shot from 15, no good for the Titans. Rebound by the aforementioned William Good, going to the other way now. In transition, Wyatt Lewis finds a wide open Cooper Welsh on the left wing, puts up a three, no good. Titans bring it up into the front court. Chaz Watson gets it over to Chance McGrew. McGrew hands it off to Watson. And the fluidity of this Titan team and their athleticism is certainly apparent. It's kind of fun to watch Chance McGrew kind of slice and dice his way through the defense. Cale Stotts getting it into William Good, turn it around, count it down. 44-37, 7-point lead now for the Titans. The waning moments of the third quarter, less than 45 seconds to play. One-on-one up top between Cale Stotts and Chance McGrew. Nice battle out here up top. Looks like the Titans may be content with playing for the last shot. Handed off to Jay Gold. And Gold, let's see if they're going to call that one on. That might go against Cale Stotts. It looked like maybe he reached in and let's see. I stand corrected. That's Wyatt Lewis. It's only his first foul. But more importantly for the Saints, that's their fifth team foul. We're still in the third quarter, but that could certainly play a big part of how the rest of this game runs the course. 44-37 is your score. 19 seconds left to the third quarter. One-on-one battle up top between McGrew. Now over to Mayo. Back to Gold. Gold double team. They're going to say that it was last touch by the Saints. And they're going to have 8.8 seconds, or the Titans, to do something to potentially increase their 7-point lead as we near the end of the third quarter. Chance McGrew behind the back dribble, penetrates the lane, kind of loses the handle on that a little bit, and they're going to call a travel. They're going to call a travel on McGrew, much to his displeasure and the displeasure of the Titan faithful here at St. Thomas Aquinas High School at the A-10 Varsity Shootout. 2 seconds, 1 second, shot does not get off before the buzzer. And that 7-point lead we talked about a short while ago is exactly where it's going to be as we start the fourth quarter. 44-37. The visiting Titans of Lee Summit West with a 7-point lead over the Saints of St. Thomas Aquinas here on their home court for the Saints. You are watching A10Varsity.com. We're down to 1 quarter to play in regulation. 44-37 is your score. The Titans of Lee Summit West holding on to lead the bill early in the third quarter. As we get underway here at St. Thomas Aquinas High School for the A10 Varsity Shootout. Appreciate you joining us here, whether you're watching or listening to us on A10 Varsity. Glad to have you part of the journey. Are they going to call that one on? Are they going to get number 23? If so, that might...
Looks like number 0.
Let's see if they get that. Yeah, indeed it is. Chas Watson. Landon, you called that one. Chas Watson's only his first foul. That makes 3 team fouls for the Titans. And at the line, shooting 2, will be Will Roast.
I'm not really sure what they called that foul on. It looked like Chas Watson was pretty much unimposed going up for that rebound. So.
And by Will Roast's reaction, I kind of thought they were going to call it on him for something.
Yeah, I don't know. It looked like he had him boxed out and went up perfectly fine to me.
Back into the matchup now. Will Gavin comes in. Out goes Cooper Welsh after some quality minutes for the Saints. Full court pressure being applied now. Man-to-man pressure for the Saints. And what a pass by Jay Gold underneath. No foul called. I'm going to say that one was all ball. Going back the other way now, Wyatt Lewis loses the handle on it, but a fortuitous roll for the Saints. They're going to say that it went off of number 10, Chance McGrew. So we see Gavin, a quick 3 right there by number 23, Will Roast. Doesn't fall, a little bit too strong.
And I'm trying to think of the player that Chance McGrew reminds me of, but he just reminds me of so many different players in the NBA right now. It's just, you can't pick just one.
And Jay Gold doing a great job of keeping things under control for the Titans. Back up top, David Nail into the game. And he was rejected right there by William Good with his 3rd block of this contest. And a nice drive. Let's see, I don't know if they're going to say he's going to get 2. No, they're going to say it was before the motion of the shot. But it will be Titan ball underneath their own basket. 6:56 left to play in regulation. Titans up by 5, 44-39. Here at St. Thomas Aquinas High School, A10 Varsity Shootout. Sean Brewer, Landon Hinkle. And folks, just so you know, if any of the pronunciations are not exactly right, my name is Landon Hinkle. The ones that are correct, my name is Sean Brewer. Just so we have that clear. Nice shot right there for the Titans, makes it 46-39. 7-point lead once again for the Titans. Cale Stotts into the game, hands it off to Will Roast, and Will Roast. Is he going to get his hot hand again? Let's see. See a little miscommunication here. I think they're going to say he might have a little bit of blood on his arm or on his jersey. They're going to have to get treated. I mean, we talk about Will Roast having the hot hand. Maybe it was a little bit too hot. Maybe there's some blisters going on right there, but he'll get some attention from the medical staff here at St. Thomas Aquinas.
Yeah, Will Roast right now. Now, my book, I have him at 14, but
looks like Will Roast is going to come back in with a different jersey number. Some more switcheroo on the numbers. Landon, I'm going to let you handle that because you handled the switcheroo by Ryan Yankovic so well. Nice little scoop up and in, or excuse me, nice little scoop up and denied by the Saints defense. Gavin thought about a 3. Going to go to the right side. Get it over to Cooper Welsh. Now back to Gavin in the lane. It's up and it's good.
And Will Roast will be wearing number 40 now for St. Thomas Aquinas.
Number 40 will make note of that. Out goes 23, comes 40. And here comes number 4, Cale Stotts, bringing the ball up for the Saints. And he's going to drop it off underneath to big number 32. And he gets it to drop. And his efforts are rewarded for a chance at a 3 the old-fashioned way. And a tie ball game at 46 with 5.5 minutes to play in regulation. The Saints coming back from 9 down in the third quarter to tie this one up again. As if the last game wasn't exciting enough. Goodness sakes, I'm going to need some sort of a nap or a lazy boy after this one before we see the St. Thomas Aquinas girls do battle against Park Hill South, the Panthers. Coming down here to play in the 8-10 varsity shootout. So we wait for William Goods and one attempt. Shot is up, no good. They're going to call number 2, Cooper Wells. She tried to make one of those quick heads-up, aggressive defensive plays, but they're going to say that it was a little bit too aggressive.
And that's team foul number 7 on St. Thomas Aquinas. That means Lee Summit West is going to be shooting the 1-and-1 at least for the rest of the game.
You know, and we talked about that a little bit, partner, as we, I think, found ourselves halfway through the third quarter, kind of wondering, well, that's a lot of fouls, but it doesn't really matter.
Great box out.
That one was one, and that's changed over the years. You know, back in my day, you could back somebody up as far as you wanted to, but now they're saying you can't do that quite so much. But in this case, the defender decided to kind of give a reverse bear hug there, and they're going to have to call that foul. Kind of an off-balance drive to the hoop there for Wyatt Lewis, but a big rebound by by Ryan Yankovic. And a hustle play by Cooper Wells to pull that one down. Big rebound for the Saints, all tied up at 46, just over 5 to play. Underneath, trying to feed it into Yankovic, the big 6'1 senior. Going to go out of bounds off of a Titan. Saints are going to retain possession underneath their own basket. 5:06 left to play and all tied up at 46.
Yeah, one thing really keeping St. Thomas Aquinas in this game is their offensive rebounding. A lot of second and third chance opportunities that Lee Summit West has been giving up to them.
Gavin thought about the 3, pops it from 12, no good, off the front of the rim. Titans have a chance to regain the lead now at 4:52 left in regulation. Long 3, did he call bank? Matters not, because Chas Watson, with his 4th 3 of this contest, makes it 49-46. Less than 5 to play here at St. Thomas Aquinas High School between the Saints and the Titans and the 8-10 varsity shootout.
Yeah, and with that 3 right there, that puts him above his average of 15.8 points per game on the season.
Chas Watson getting it done, putting the Titans on his back, trying to will them to victory. But speaking of will, Roast and Gavin on the other side might have something to say about that as we finish the 4:12 left in this contest. Aaron Schaub of the Titans, golden opportunity now for the Saints. 4:03, 4:02, long 3 by Will Roast, but a great rebound by Yankovic, turns around and puts it in.
Maybe number 44 shoots him better.
Ryan, don't call me number 3, number 44, Yankovic, with 4 points, and his last 2 couldn't come at a bigger time for the Saints. 49-48. The Titans of Lee Summit West holding on for dear life with a 1-point advantage, and we're less than 4 minutes to play here in regulation. Everything we thought it would be, and then a little bit more, right, partner?
Man, that's for sure. You know, both of the wills for the St. Thomas Aquinas is to combine for more than half of their points, you know. Will Ross with 14, Will Gavin with 15. 29 combined out of the 48 points.
Well, if your name is Will, there's a pretty good chance that you're going to be certainly in double digits today. Will Gavin only 1 point away. Have a feeling he's got at least another point in him yet here this afternoon. Once again, we appreciate everybody joining us after watching the Chiefs game or whatever you're doing. Hopefully you're staying warm inside. Great day for some basketball right here at the 8-10 Varsity Shootout on 810varsity.com. Whether you're watching or listening to us, so it's great to have you a part of our journey here today. Titans going to inbound it. Chas Watson gets it back up top to Chance McGrew. McGrew to goal. Now they're going to try to start trapping. That's an interesting strategy right there by Coach Cooper Smith. Their team in the bonus and just a couple away from the double bonus. kind of an overly aggressive. Well, but then again, as I see Coach Cooper Smith over there, I think maybe that's not exactly what he was going for there on that possession. Again, first in of the 1-and-1, no good for the Titans, giving the Saints a chance to retake the lead on this possession. Wyatt Lewis loves to drive the lane. Pass over to Stotts. Stotts to number 44, Ryan Yankovic. Underneath, they're going to call Will Roast. No foul on that play. And he earned both of those points. And the Saints have hit the half-century mark, but more importantly for the Saints, they have a 1-point lead, 50-49, 2:55, 2:54, left in regulation. Ooh. Titans with the ball. How about that little dribble drop? And here's one for you, folks. 6'2", Cale Stotts, just a sophomore. I'm not sure that anybody's ever told him that he's 6'2", because all game long he's been playing like he's about 6'9", and potentially a lottery pick by some of the athletic plays that we've seen him make. Jamison Harden back into the contest now.
Good basket there by Chaz Watson. Tough finish.
Just ridiculous for Chaz Watson to have that sort of athleticism. 51-50. Ebbs and flows of high school basketball. Currently, the Titans with a 1-point lead over the Saints. A lot of excitement here at St. Thomas Aquinas High School gym.
This is one of the better games I've seen today. And we've had a lot of good games today.
That's saying a heck of a lot. If there could have been a foul call on his own teammate. Good ball movement right there.
Hey.
Jay Gold!
Pull-up three is good.
Jay Gold, the 6-foot senior with ice in his veins, puts his Titans up 54-50 with less than 2 minutes to play in regulation.
That is Jay Gold's fourth three-pointer of this game.
Jay Gold, ridiculous shooting. But what a treat it's been to watch not only Jay Gold, but all the players here on both sides of the court work their magic. And that magic right now has resulted in 104 points. And there's more to go here with 1:59 left in regulation. But just a reminder, folks, if you think this is it for the day, hold on, my friend, not so fast. Because immediately following this one, or I'd say plus or minus 15 minutes after the conclusion of this matchup, we're going to see the girls, the ladies, the young ladies of St. Thomas Aquinas go up against the Panthers of Park Hill South. Park Hill South coming in with a record of 7-2. The Saints, the Lady Saints, coming in with a perfect 6-0 record. Two of the top-rated teams.
I've seen both teams play. Park Hill South earlier played my school, Winnetonka, and beat them pretty easily, and they looked pretty dominant in that one. And then I also saw the St. Thomas Aquinas girls play in the most recent 12 Courts of Christmas at Hy-Vee Arena, where they absolutely dominated. I forgot what team they were playing, but pretty sure the final score of that game was 72-9. So
I believe that was that Sumner?
Yeah, Sumner, that's who it was, yeah.
Didn't quite get out of double digits. Relentless, those Lady Saints. But right now, we are able to enjoy the final 1:59 of this contest. 4-point Titan advantage. Saints with the ball. Gavin pulls up jumper from 12. No good. Rebound. Titans up by 4. They're not going to be in a big hurry. Chance McGrew taking his time, being guarded by Cale Stotts. Stotts, who we've seen make some great plays on defense, looking to probably apply just a little bit more pressure. Both coaches trying to get an ear of the official on the far side. Less than 1.5 to play. Titans still with the ball. Almost lost it right there. But good play by Jamison Harden to keep that ball alive and in favor of the Titans. Chance McGrew being double teamed. Now Chaz Watson, a 3-ball for Bishop. No good. Tries to get his own rebound. Doesn't. Will Roast comes up with the rebound, gets it up to Cale Stotts. Less than a minute to play. Aquinas down by 4 to the Titans of Lee Summit West. Let's see who they're going to call that. I think they're going to call number 13. They're going to call that on, or was that, gosh, I don't know whether that was Logan Bishop. Let's see.
I believe that was Logan Bishop. I saw them in green shoes.
Indeed it will be. That's his third foul, but less than a minute to play here. Not really that concerned about foul trouble. Gavin wants to inbound it. He finds a wide open Will Roast. And Will Roast with the biggest shot of the game for the Saints. Brings them to within one with less than 50 seconds to play here in regulation. Hoo-wee, partner. How about this finish?
Man, yeah. That was a great look there for Will Ross to get open there on that inbound. And if you're Coach Jake Coopersmith, you're happy with how this final 48 seconds is going to go because, you know, putting Lee Summit West on the line doesn't seem that bad as they've missed both of their one-on-one opportunities so far. So,
you know, as we look at the score, we know that the Titans can certainly take care of the ball. They've got the ball handlers. So it would not be surprising. And, you know, got to think, too, and as you pointed out earlier, Landon Hinkle, the Titans haven't exactly had the best of times at the free throw line this afternoon. So even a quick foul, perhaps, by the Saints. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this last 50 plays out for you. Thanks for being along for the ride. Once again, we've got a game that's going down to the final seconds. 50 of them left here at St. Thomas Aquinas High School. Aquinas down by 1 to the visiting Titans of Lee Summit West, who are trying to get their first win of the season. And inbounding it now is number 13, Logan Bishop for the Titans. Full court pressure, not necessarily a press being applied by the Saints. Chance McGrew does a great job handling the ball, is able to get it up into the front court. Finds a wide open Jay Gold. He's going to hang on to it. Typically you'd want to take that three, but with a 1-point lead right now, the Titans are in no big hurry to make a shot. And they're going to say, who are they going to get that one on? Maybe Wyatt Lewis? Now they're going to call 40. That is Will Roast. Will Roast, that is only his first foul of the contest.
This is a big free throw here for Chaz Watson.
Up by 1 of the Titans, lets it go, and again misses the front end of a 1-and-1. And just what the doctor ordered for the Saints. Less than 25 seconds. Right at 20 to play in regulation. Saints down by 1, but with the ball. Gavin thinking about taking the shot, gets it back up top. And a good timeout there by Coach Coopersmith for the Saints with 12.4 seconds remaining in regulation. The Saints are down by 1 to the Titans of Lee Summit West, but they have the ball and a chance to go up on top with not much time left to give back to the Titans. So if you're Coach Coopersmith right now, Landon Hinkle, tell me what kind of a play you think he's drawn up.
Well, you know, off the inbound, I would definitely be setting an off-ball screen for Will Ross or Will Gavin to get open for 3, you know. I would use one of them as a decoy and, you know, hope for, I guess, your guy to make the shot, you know.
Indeed you do. Full timeout being taken. 3 timeouts left for the visitors, but there are no more timeouts for the Saints.
Another thing I can see them doing is, you know, using a 3-pointer as a decoy and working the ball inside to, you know, Julian Marks, William Good. They're 6'8", 6'6", and they definitely have the size advantage on Lee Summit West. So if they push it inside, don't be surprised.
Back into the contest now, William Good, the 6'8" freshman. Let's see how he plays into this. A little bit of a height mismatch going up against number 13, Logan Bishop. Won't be surprised, just like you said, Landon Hinkle, if they do try to get it inside. Less than 10 to play here at St. Thomas Aquinas, down by 1 of the Saints. Gavin gets it up top to Rose for 3. No good, and that's going to do it. That's going to do it here at St. Thomas Aquinas High School, the visiting Titans come in and defeat the home Saints 54 to 53. A flurry, an absolute flurry of points in the final quarter by the Saints. We're just one short to propel the Saints to victory, but what a treat it was to be a part of it.
Man.
Partner, glad you were with me to witness this, as well as everybody at home watching on 810varsity.com. Goodness sakes, this is the second one in a row now. And we've got 2 more to go. 2 more fantastic games here at the 810 Varsity Shootout. As you see the Lady Saints taking the court to take on Park Hill South. The Panthers coming down from north of the river to take on the Lady Saints. But once again, by 1 point, the Titans escape from St. Thomas Aquinas High School with a victory, 54 to 53. And that's going to do it for this game, but certainly keep it right here. We're just going to keep the cameras rolling for the next broadcast, which will be about 12 minutes from now, right here on 810varsity.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the A10 Varsity Showdown. This matchup is Park Hill South Lady Panthers versus the St. Thomas Aquinas Saints. I'm Landon Hinkle, joined along me is Joe Winfrey. And we're ready to get this game started. This should be a great matchup. You know, Park Hill South Panthers are 8-2 currently, 1-0 in the Suburban Conference, and St. Thomas Aquinas is 6-0. So, you know, Park Hill South's 2 losses came to St. James Academy and Park Hill High School. Pretty close games in those. And then last night, they came off of a win against Kearney High School, 43-16 in dominating fashion.
Yeah, this should be a great game here today, Landon. St. James Aquinas has won 5 straight state championships for the Class 5 of Kansas, and Park Hill South has a great men's and females basketball program, so it should be a great game here today.
Indeed it is. As Jamie Dixon goes to work on number 23, McPherson, puts up a mid-range shot and no good. Gets her own rebound, puts it inside to number 23, Avery Simmons, who gets her first 2 points of the game.
That's exactly what you wanted for the Panthers. Get your own boards, and it's always great to get a second chance at a basket.
And right there, Jemiah McPherson drives into the basket, draws a foul on number 33, Jamie Dixon. That's her first foul.